Tech stocks drew the attention of the world's largest funds in the second quarter, according to regulatory filings. Lots of profit taking, then some new positions in the area. Joining us now is Tony Wang, Rowe Price portfolio manager in the tech sector. Tony, it's great to have you on here. Among the several things that seem to contribute to the pullback we had starting in mid-July, we had a growth scare in the broader economy, obviously some crowded positioning in some areas, but also maybe a little bit of a reassessment of the near-term opportunities for this AI profit stream that we've been putting a big premium on right now. How are you navigating things? You still actually have the NASDAQ and semiconductors farther off their highs than the broader market.
Yeah, well, I think it's the question that everyone's trying to wrestle with. I think on one hand, there's this really strong secular growth theme of AI that is likely real and long-term and multi-year. On the other hand, you have expectations that have been raised over the last 2 years, really, of what AI can do. And so right now, I think the market is just figuring out, like, how sustainable are these levels of spending that the hyperscale players are doing? And, you know, so far, no one is blinking. They all continue to spend. But I think that, you know, the market is very sensitive in terms of how the macro is shaping up. So if the businesses are getting worse, you know, I think it calls in question how sustainable this CapEx spend is, along with, like, people are looking for proof points of what is the ROI in the enterprise. And I think that a lot of times the enterprise takes a lot of time to really change behavior and get tech ready for AI. And so it's not as simple as flip the switch. So I think we're trying to balance those two in terms of where CapEx can go and then the sustainability of that.
You know, when you look at a stock, let's say like Meta, I mean, there was a time when it decided it was metaverse investment that it was going to be its priority. It changed the company's name. Street hated it. They cut back on those plans, became more efficient, and then the AI opportunity comes in, and they're right at the front of the line, investing heavily in this area, and the street kind of loves it. At this point, anyway, if you look at a stock like that, what are going to be your metrics for, you know, where and when the payoffs happen, and are you pleased with what they're doing there?
Yeah, well, I think that you've seen that the Meta team has continued to be nimble and reassess what's going on in the market. And I think that, you know, they have been spending a lot in Reality Labs. I think pivoting some of that spend, at least, to AI has been positively received. And so I think that what they're doing with Llama and making it open source is an interesting competitive play with ChatGPT being closed. And so I think that we're looking for probably like where you know, is this ecosystem really building around Llama and you know, Meta's strategy here, and like what are we seeing in terms of the ROI? And with startups, like, you know, they can get Llama for free. And so I think that's an interesting aspect in terms of, like, are you seeing a lot of startups making strong ROI with their apps? And I think that how Meta then also integrates Llama into its products and the efficacy and just making it so that they can drive a strong return on investment through integration of their apps and like usage, I think is going to be like what we're going to be looking for as well.
You know, we've been talking about this modest-sized acquisition that AMD has announced today, but it brings up this idea that when it comes to the semiconductor side of things, really the hardware side, the market's been incredibly willing to just, you know, give this big premium to NVIDIA. Obviously, the earnings momentum has been there. And then the average semiconductor stock, not as well positioned, hasn't done as well. Are you kind of surveying that area for what's been left behind, or is it just go with the proven winners?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I think the market opportunity is like really big. And so I think there can be more than one player. And we've seen that, you know, Google has their own custom silicon, and NVIDIA continues to do well. You know, AMD also has a strong roadmap that they're consistently building out. And so I think that there's, you know, the market is expanding. We're on an exponential demand curve. And so companies can deliver. They can likely have a good piece of that TAM. And so, you know, I like this AMD acquisition so far. And like, you know, what they need to do essentially is provide more of the data center system instead of just like single chips. And so to me, that makes a lot of sense. The team and led by Lisa has done an extraordinary job, I think, in CPUs, and I look forward to seeing their progress in GPUs as well.